of international law and also American law specifically, which Anthony Blinken, of course, just didn't agree with and claimed it wasn't real. What is this? Ritchie Torres tweeted about me. Oh, you know, that's some ADL ass dog shit right there. Ritchie Torres, you're a FARA violator. What is this fucking... It's a 17-second clip from behind the block. The leading streamer on Twitch, Hasan Piker, is an apologist for sexual violence on October 7th. This is... Oh, God. It doesn't matter if rape happened on October 7th. It doesn't change the dynamic for me. Hasan declares before finally admitting that Palestinian resistance is not perfect. A social media influencer openly defends rape and mass murder. Wait, what? What did I say in the 17 seconds before this in this 140p fucking clip that you found, dumbass? I'm saying that it most likely did happen, but that doesn't change the dynamic of the genocide. That's correct. I wonder if I could just can I sue a sitting congressperson? Oh, it's his personal account. I wonder if it's different. Let me see this clip. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. That doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. Wait, he clip chimped me while I was literally talking about rapes most likely happening on October 7th? Wait. My argument literally was, yes, rapes most likely happened on October 7th, and that doesn't justify genocide of an entire people. What is he saying? He included the absolving part of the clip. He's not calling you a denialist. He's calling you an apologist. A social media influencer openly defends the rape and mass murder of Jews. Not only accepted but celebrated in our society. What does this reveal about the depth of anti-Semitism in the American soul? If America believes Jewish lives matter, then America should stop popularizing influencers who popularize anti-Semitism. Wait, what? Why concede that with no proof? Because there is virtually zero way for me to deny it. Sexual violence is a commonplace aspect of all types of conflict. It's just something that does happen. There is no control over who got in to Israel once the fucking boundary was penetrated. There were criminal elements that also fucking went in. So, of course, I'm not going to just wholesale deny the likelihood of something like this occurring, which is ironic because that's precisely what I was responding to when a chatter said that, most likely. And that's precisely what they are clipping out of context. That's crazy. Yes, mass systemic rape coordinated by Hamas, as far as we know, it has no verifiable evidence for it whatsoever. This does not mean that, what is this? Hasan never denied rape occurring. What he said. Listen carefully to what he says. For the record, this does not mean that no sexual violence occurred on October 7th. It does not mean that at all. As I've said, there is a likelihood that sexual assault may have occurred on October 7th. However, this report does not prove that. He went through the entire report line by line. The UN found at least 5 credible claims, but sadly no physical evidence could be recovered. Hasan simply said the 5 instances was much less than what was initially claimed, which was systematic mass rapes. But how can they say this when IDF soldiers literally did the same thing, yet Israel is innocent to them? Is so hypocritical? Yes, because Israel's enemies are not humans. That's it. They don't consider Israel's enemies to be human beings. There's a double standard. That's the entire point of this process. That's the entire problem here. I want to find the OG video where I'm talking about it, because like it's very obvious that I'm most likely responding to a chatter. I'm most likely responding to a chatter who was like, why are you saying that rapes happen when there's not enough evidence or whatever, is most likely what's going on. Is the clip at timestamps? The actual clip is at 1:45:11. I get that we want. But if the. What do you mean? I don't. Because one, there is no evidence whatsoever for one. It is completely and utterly made up. But there is a likelihood for the other, and also evidence as far as firsthand testimony from a hostage. Yeah. Here I'm responding to a chatter. How do you dismiss accounts of kerosene and burning, but do not dismiss sexual violence? I dismiss the accounts of kerosene and burning because there's no evidence for that happening, but do not dismiss sexual violence. I don't dismiss sexual violence because there is evidence of that happening. The fuck? This is quite literally me arguing with a chatter on the likelihood of sexual assaults happening on October 7, or not even October 7, but since then. They clipped me arguing that there is evidence for sexual assault under Hamas, the UN report showed that there was one verifiable direct victim of sexual assaults from a Hamas militant. There was one. There was direct personal testimony. That is correct. I am not in the business of fucking denying atrocities happening. Okay? I am looking through the information that is being delivered to me with honesty. So, ironically enough, I am literally having a conversation with a chatter who is saying, like, why are you, not dismissing the acts of sexual violence? And I'm describing to them that there is a likelihood that it happened, and there is direct evidence for it happening, at least in the UN report. That's the difference. The accounting being conducted on October 7, this has muddied the waters so much that understandably many people are like, what the fuck? How am I going to believe this? How am I supposed to believe anything that Israel says? It's a perfectly valid fucking criticism to have against the state that has lied every single step of the fucking way. Many hostages have records of saying two different things. Also, how are you sure Israel didn't force them to lie? That's ridiculous. By the way, none of which justifies Israel's actions. So it doesn't even matter. None of this justifies that Palestinians have a right to dignity, a right to emancipation, a right to live fucking free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. Wow, I wonder why they clipped the beginning. So let's see. That's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets, and there's no criminal elements that could have conducted themselves very differently. Like that doesn't change the dynamic for me at all. It's so fucking stupid to act like no, they're perfect. They were perfect on October 7th, and they were conducted themselves perfectly. Yeah. What's the like? They are not perfect victims at all. This sucks, to be honest. Wait, what do you mean this sucks? My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, fucking stupid? This is me recognizing that there were atrocities that took place on October 7th in the hands of both the Palestinian militancy and also criminal elements that fucking escaped the Gaza boundary. The fuck are you talking about? I'm saying, yeah, they did a bunch of fucking heinous shit. That still does not justify genocide. I don't think he means the situation, but I don't know. Maybe they meant the situation sucks. What sucks is having a 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour for those who are unsubscribed. No, the UN report does have direct evidence. It was not circumstantial at best. No, many of the claims were just basically a rehashing of the screams without violence stuff or screams without word stuff from the New York Times, which have mostly been discredited, like directly discredited or are circumstantial. There are some pieces of evidence that are circumstantial, and then there is one claim that is a direct victim. Okay, there is one victim testimony. Okay, I can't even ratio Ritchie Torres on Twitter because he fucking blocked me like the coward that he is, which sucks extra hard. But yeah, it is funny. I feel like the more you address the clip chimps, the more the clip chimps get. Yeah, except they've literally, the more I address it, the shorter the clips get. And the more deep fried they get. Which is crazy. It's not on his government account. It's on his private account. Yeah, the next clip is just going to be 1 second long. Okay, we wave a magic wand and Israel's occupation and apartheid ends overnight in a total ceasefire. Do you believe the Hamas will release the remaining hostages and completely desist from all violence? Yes, I do. What's the counter to that? What, you think that they just like having hostages? Like the ones that are still alive? Yeah, they would. Why wouldn't they? If there are any hostages that remain at this point that haven't been murdered by the state of Israel. Anyway. Does he still use his private account for government acts? I mean, I think Ritchie Torres is a FARA violator, for the record. Oh, he posted it on his Instagram too? That's funny. What a fucking idiot, dude. Dude, deal with your constituents, man. What are you doing? Like, what the fuck kind of obsessive, nonsensical behavior is this? No counter, just genuinely interested in your thought. What does a win-win look like in your mind? win-win. End the occupation, end the apartheid, allow Palestinians to return, and create a singular nation state where everyone has equal rights and equal representation. At 37:30, you mentioned sexual violence was likely on October 7th. We
don't know anything. They've been in
likelihood that sexual violence is a common occurrence in war and in situations like what happened on October 7th, and that there is a likelihood that sexual violence did occur on October 7th. However, this conversation is not about the likelihood of sexual violence occurring, but rather the investigation, or rather lack thereof, into sexual violence occurring, a proper investigation into sexual violence occurring, and a lack of forensic evidence and a lack of evidence in general. I just want to point that out so that people don't misunderstand. Or Varlo defending you in the replies. You posted a clip in which Hasan is saying rapes did happen, but it doesn't justify the genocide. Why did you cut the context? AIPAC is paying you to lie to voters and paying you to lie on Twitter. I just don't like. I think Ritchie Torres 100%. Like I am very suspicious about Ritchie Torres. That's all I'm going to say, because he cares to a very weird degree about this stuff and not his own personal constituents. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, he'll turn around and say, like, oh, because I care about anti-Semitism. But like, this isn't caring about anti-Semitism. If you cared about anti-Semitism, you wouldn't be like clipping a fucking Twitch streamer out of context and like posting about him, claiming that I'm being anti-Semitic. Like, that's so crazy. It's 17 seconds. Are you that fucking stupid that you didn't like check? Like, you didn't even go, let me look at this real quick. That's insane. Let me see what I can do. Problem is, everyone and anyone that I could talk to about this is probably blocked by Ritchie Torres. And this one, I think, is his official government Instagram, for the record. I don't think this is his I don't think this is actually his pro-Israel recipients, 1,274,644. Your uncle Sam Cedar will be very, very upset to hear this from Ritchie. That's interesting. Watch him delete it now, Lamau. Maybe they're trying to gear up to ban you. Yeah. Oh, this is his government account. Never mind. Ritchie Torres, New York 15 is not his government account. I'm confused. How does this help the people in his district? It's good to have these receipts in broad daylight. I do see a massive campaign to get you banned before November 4th is fucking wild. Yeah. It's so gross to like use a clip of me literally openly defending, like openly arguing with a chatter that said, how could you say that how could you say that no rapes happened, to make it seem like I'm pro Israelis being raped. Like, what a fucking gross person. Like, you're a goddamn elected representative. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? 17-second clip? Like, are you insane? Deep fried 17-second clip? I'm honored that Ritchie Torres used the clip I made. This is actually fucking insane. Like, it's not as bad as like the 9/11 stuff. But it's certainly pretty fucking bad. It's crazy because you haven't done anything bannable recently anyway. Like, if you get banned, that'll just mean public institutional pressure works on Twitch moderation. Yeah, but it does. Can you sue to end the era of clip chimping, please? No, it doesn't work that way. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. People just fucking yell. You just let it go. People yell into the fucking void for the most part. All right, let's get back.
Just a couple of days ago, because since October 1st,